Ravens get up, 2-score lead in the second half. Lamar exits from cramps. Now, I've had cramps before. Usually they're in my calves. It's the most painful thing in the history of the world. So, I get it. Got to go to the locker room. Got to get some stuff taken care of. So, they have the lead. Harbaugh sends him back to the locker room to, quote unquote, get an IV. Okay? And cameras catch Lamar kind of hobbling, boo, 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 back into the locker room, and he shushes one of the equipment guys out of the way. He's like, get out of the way, I gotta go. So, of course, people get on Twitter and they go, he's gotta take a dump. He's dumping. He dumped his pants. He went full Paul Pierce. He went back in there to
Paul Pierce?
Yeah, remember when he went out on the wheelchair? Legend has it is that he crapped his pants and couldn't.
I've never heard that
story.
You haven't
heard that? Okay.
I know he left on
2008, I can't remember. It's one of those championships. It's the one they won.
Yeah.
Game 1. I think they're down by like 20. And he gets wheelchaired off the court.
Yeah, I know
cramps.
that. Yeah.
Cramps. Oh my God, cramps. Legend has it he came on the jump and did an interview that basically was like, I had to dump. Because when he comes back, he's not hurt. He's fine.
I remember that part.
And so last night, when Lamar goes into the locker room, everybody goes, he's dumping.
Yeah.
So of course the Browns come back, and that's not a poop joke. The Browns come back, and the game is tied, right? And so it's 4th down. They got to go for it on 4th down because their backup quarterback gets hurt. Trace McSorley gets hurt on a sack. It's 4th and 4. Game's on the line. They signal, Harbaugh calls in the porta potty bullpen. Get Jackson out of there, wipe him up, let's go. He comes back out. He comes back out, immediate 50-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
I think this was the same time Keith Lee was facing Miz and Morrison in a 2-on-1 handicap match.
No idea what.
Wasn't really paying attention.
Is that golf handicap?
That'd be wrestling.
Shoot.
Of course, it was Monday night. It was Monday Night Raw.
Oh, Raw Daddy. Well, speaking of Raw, Lamar Jackson's butt. So, here's the thought process on my end. When I saw the footage of him going back into the locker room, I didn't fully buy cramps because he was moving. He was shushing somebody out of the way. He was like, "Get out of the way! I got to get through." But that could have been to get in, get the IV, and get back because he is a dude that's like obsessed with playing, wants to be on the field.
Yeah.
So ultimately, I think if he dumped, he'd come out on the press conference and just be like, "Look. Poop happens, for the lack of a better term." Because he's the guy, he's big trust. He always goes up to the media. He's respectful. When Lisa Salters interviews him, he's like, "Thank you, Miss Lisa." Like that
respect might keep him from talking about Browns.
But I think he'd be 100% honest. I think he would go, some things got wild out there. I had to go take care of business, and you know how that is. But he was very quickly to just go, I had to go get an IV. I did have to poop. Because I think he'd lean into the poop.
Plus the video of him, I hope he doesn't lean into any poop. That's terrible.
True.
But the video of him coming back out, though, he had the same kind of limp.
Yes, he did.
That's the thing. I think it's fun.
He might have not been able to pinch it all off.
How long was he in there for?
I don't think
a whole quarter of football?
Nah, it's disputed on. There's a lot of. Okay, so here's listen to this.
Shrouded in mystery. Is that what you're saying?
Want to know why it's shrouded in mystery?
Yeah.
Right after the game, the smoking gun came out with Robert Griffin III, who is his teammate. Technically, he's on IR, so he could have been watching at home. He tweeted a meme of Buda Baker with the ball, and it says Browns lead. And then it was DK Metcalf chasing after him, and it said Lamar after pooping. RG3, look a gift horse in the mouth, thinks Lamar duked. If you got RG3 out here saying it's a duke,
I want to give you guys a little insight to how the show works. And Sean is the quarterback coach, everything of this podcast, where he, Monday starts sending out, what do you think of this rundown? Here's where I want to go first. This is what we're going to go into next. I really like this week. What do you think about this? Can you bring... And he runs this whole show and he plans it all out. And this morning when he came in, he goes, scrap it all. We're doing POOPGATE. We're doing 60 minutes of POOPGATE. It's my favorite story of the year. I'm so happy.
Why I think it is a good story is because I know a lot of people that I grew up with have issues with where they can poop, when they can poop. I have a very close friend. I'm not going to name any names. His name's David.
I thought you were going to say name Chris.
Him too. Not sure if he's still a listener though, because
he listened once.
Yeah. And then he's like, "You guys sound like you're in a bathroom. I'm unsubscribing."
So yeah, I know you're my brothers, but
David, my friend David, he cannot poop anywhere that is not his bathroom at home. And I'm like, what do you do like if you're anywhere else? He's like, I just don't go.
Yeah.
So I think this holds a lot of weight. I think a lot of people are actually looking at this and being like, huh, maybe he did poop. Maybe because I have no qualms. If you said right now there's a toilet in this room, go take a crap, I could do it.
Yeah.
I'll drop them. It's not a problem.
Sure.
I'll do it in the wood. We'll do it in the woods. You go for a hike. God, I gotta go. 3 hour. Remember that 3 hour
Yes.
hike to the Hollywood sign?
Yeah.
No toilets. We didn't dookie, but
you would have.
yes.
Yeah.
And then there are people on the opposite
Almost
end
the
of
point
the
where you're
spectrum.
excited about. You're like, look for it. You're like, I would like to be out in public.
Yeah, I'd like to add to the nature.
Yeah.
But there's all these people, that I'm like, what if you're in Nashville on a trip? What are you gonna do? He's like, well, I'll only poop at the hotel. And I don't have time for these people. I don't have time.